Alright folks, welcome to Shadowlands Season 4. Today we're going to touch on the awesome state the Fury Warrior is in. It's definitely pushing A tier, if not higher. The class and spec itself hasn't seen any significant changes as we get, well, I don't know, the patch about to drop here tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. From a build perspective, really the biggest point of discussion is at that tier 1. Fresh meat is by far the recommended go-to. If you like, for, I don't know, call it personal reasons, Venthyr, sudden death gets a little bit more attractive because you get to kind of double down with the condemn ability, but ultimately if you are looking to maximize your amount of damage here in Mythic Plus, you're going to go tier 1 Fresh Meat, tier 2 Stormbolt. It's our only stun, so take advantage of that. Tier 3, ultimately we're going with Massacre. Tier 4, Warpaint is the way to go. Tier 5, Cruelty is the only play on this tier. Tier 6, Bladestorm is a must go to, and then tier 7, Anger Management is the recommended play for the most part. However, if you need a little bit more single target damage, if you're on a tyrannical week or your role in your Mythic Plus group is to really help mow down the boss, Reckless Abandon is viable there if you want to go that route. It's different for everybody depending on what your style is. So when it comes to Covenants, Mythic Plus, the recommended path forward, I'm going to drop it right here. Go with Kyrian. It is absolutely fantastic. Spear Bastion gives you that route. If you're familiar with playing Druids, similar to like Ursol's Vortex, makes it really one of the best CCs in an AoE perspective. And at the same time, it's incredibly bursty and allows us to really make some major damage here. I know you'll hear some play, there's some argument for Necrolord or Night Fae. Necrolord, especially if you're lined up really well with Glory, yeah, there's some real satisfying play with that specific class. My recommendation, what I'm personally rolling with as we jump into the patch, I'm sticking with Kyrian, and I think it's going to be a ton of fun. From a legendary perspective, Elysian Might, like it shouldn't be a big surprise, is what I'm rocking, just tied with the Kyrian choice. And then on the AoE perspective for my second legendary, it's actually going to be Signet of Tormented Kings. Now I've rocked this since 9.1, it's been my preferred go-to. We're not seeing a whole massive amount of change here. Really just getting additional cooldowns of Bladestorm or Recklessness by maintaining your regular rotation is really hard to damn beat. So makes it a ton of fun. I think every warrior should have this ring. It's applicable for every spec. Yeah, ultimately just a great compliment to the spec, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do in the next expansion to keep warrior rolling this smooth. Now, that legendary choice, it actually gets complemented really well as in addition to our tier set. So we're going to have that 4 set Raging Blow, ultimately giving us a 20% chance to grant Recklessness for 3 seconds. If you haven't loaded up on this yet from a tier perspective, definitely make an effort to do so. It is incredibly satisfying to get your warrior all juiced up, and it's especially with Signet of Tormented Kings, and just be rocking multiple recklessness per minute. Ultimately, it is just a incredible blast. Now with the new Fated raid set, if you are going over that way, it's definitely going to give us some opportunities to go after the first sigil, Gavel of the First Arbiter. There's going to be a couple of opportunities for us to load up on some of that crazy strong gear that we've seen. For me, Old Warrior Soul, I'm definitely going to be probably going after. Alternatively, I've seen in some of the different discords out there, some people are going to get their hands on Overwhelming Power Crystal and use that to kind of complement the build. Either way, Warrior's in a fantastic spot. Fury is going to be easily an A tier, if not higher. It's going to be probably the preferred melee class up there with Windwalker. So have a bunch of fun, all my other fellow warriors that are out there, and I'll see y'all out there soon. Later.